Hello friends, welcome to chess training. Hi, I am Nikhil Joshi, Live Chessbook Academy. In this video, I am going to teach you about the checkmate by two rooks. So, let us begin friends. It was White's chance to play. White started with the move rook g7. We should understand one thing. To checkmate the enemy king, it is not necessary that we give him continuous checks. Instead of that, try to block his ways of running here and there. So, now the black king cannot come here, he has to go here, and now our second rook controls the 8th rank. So, check and mate. Let's move to the next example. In this example, it is white to play. As we can see, our rook is controlling the 4th rank. So we play the move rook to h5. As we go to h5, we are controlling the 5th rank. See, this is the technique. One rook controls the 4th rank, other controls the 5th rank. He goes here. Now this rook controls the 6th rank and pushes him to the 7th rank. He goes here. Now we control 7th rank and pushes him to the 8th rank. Now, we can't give this check because the king will capture us. So, we go to the other side of the board. His king moves here. And now, rook goes here. See, we are going away from him. But we are not giving up the control of the 7th rank. So, he brings his king here. And after this, we have a check and mate. Let's now move to the third example. In this example, it is White's chance. Now I will show you how he trapped the black king by controlling the files, that is standing lines. So White starts with the move rook d1. King comes over here. Now we go to the 7th rank. See, as we can see, his king is not now able to come to the left hand side. His king goes here. Rook e1 comes as a check. So now you are controlling the e file. He comes here. Now the rook runs to the last rank. See, we are going away from his king, but we are not giving up the control of this line. He plays king here. Now this rook controls the f file. So can you see, one by one we are controlling the files. So he comes here, check comes, king goes here, and then this check comes with a check and mate. The next example now. In this example, black trapped the white king by controlling the ranks, that is sleeping lines, one by one. So black started with the move rook g5, controlling the 5th rank. His king comes here. Now this rook gives check on the 4th rank. The king goes here. Now of course this rook can't come here because king will capture it. So the rook goes to other side of the board. King comes over here. Rook comes here with check. So the king goes here. And now as we can see, we can't give this check. So we again have to move to the other side of the board. King c2. Now we give him check. King b1. We can't come here. So okay, we have to go to other side of the board. And as he comes here, our rook comes down with a check and mate. The next example now. In this example, black trapped the white king by controlling the files. So he started with rook d7, king e5, cannot come here, rook h1, his king goes here to attack. Now rook d2. See, why we are going to d2? Because if we had gone to say d1 square, okay, and his king comes here, we give him this check. His king comes here and our rook, this rook cannot jump above the head of this rook and come here. So if both the rooks go on a single file or a single rank, they block the way of each other. So this is why he keeps the one rook on the second rank and the another one on the first rank, so that they can smoothly trap the king. He comes over here, again he attacks this fellow rook f6, king g4, this rook comes over with check, king h5, see we can't go here, so rook f2, not f1, because from f1 you can't jump to h1, so he comes over here, the king comes here, and now rook h2, check and met. So now friends, I will show you some examples where we trap the enemy king by one rook. Now to trap the enemy king with one rook and king, there is a technique. If you know that technique, you will be able to trap him. Otherwise, it will be quite difficult for you. We have to force the enemy king to come in front of us. We don't have to go in front of him. Means we don't have to take our king in front of enemy king. So white plays the move rook c4. Rook comes over here to block this way. The king is blocking these two squares. The king comes here. And now rook c8, checkmate. So you see, when we played rook c4, what we did, we forced him to come in front of our king. Because our king is controlling these two squares, the rook is controlling these two. So as the king comes here, you have rook c8 with checkmate. So the next example now, friends. See, in this example, our king is controlling these two squares. It was black to play. So black played the move rook to d5. Now controlling the fifth rank, his king cannot move here. So his king must move to this square, and after this rook comes over here with checkmate. Now in this example, white can trap the black king by playing rook c3. I will show you another way. Here he goes to the 7th rank and blocks the 7th rank for the enemy king. The black king goes here. Of course, if he had come in front of our king, we would have trapped him. So the black king goes here. Now we play king d6. He goes here, king c6, goes here, king b6. And now what happens? The black king must turn back, because of course he can't go out of the board. So he has to come in front of our king, and now checkmate. So now friends, in this example it was black's turn. As I have shown you, it is not necessary to give him continuous checks to trap him. So he plays the move rook g3. Rook controls this rank. If he comes in front of us, we have a checkmate. So the king must go to h8. Now king f7, king h7, and now comes rook h3, check and mate. So friends, I hope you are learning a lot from my videos. If you have liked this video, please press the like button, share this video with your friends and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Have a nice day.